January 26, 1945, Alsace, France. An American infantry unit is assigned the critical task of defending a strategic ridge, its control vital for blocking German access to key military positions. As the early morning fog clears, the sound of artillery fire fills the air. By midday, the Germans launch a massive assault, sending waves of infantry, tanks, and artillery crashing towards the ridge. The Americans' defenses quickly crumble under the weight of the onslaught, and the soldiers are forced into a desperate retreat. The enemy, with a manpower advantage of 2-1, overwhelms the Americans, driving them back. Amid this mounting chaos, one soldier steps into the heart of the storm. A second lieutenant, his youthful face hardened by the brutal realities of war, stands firm as his men begin to falter. Though initially rejected from military service due to his small stature and youth, this soldier had defied the odds, enlisting 3 years earlier by falsifying his birth certificate. Now, he stood on the front lines, ready to prove that courage cannot be measured by age or size. In a moment that would define not only his career, but the very outcome of the battle, the lieutenant climbs onto a burning tank destroyer, grabs a .50 caliber machine gun, and opens fire. With relentless precision, he mowed down wave after wave of advancing German troops. Though wounded in both the leg and abdomen, and fully exposed to enemy fire, he refused to retreat, showing determination that would leave the enemy in shock. For more than an hour, his solitary defense held off the German assault, forcing the enemy to retreat to their own defensive line, several miles to the east along the Rhine River. This single act of unimaginable courage was more than just a moment of bravery worthy of the Medal of Honor. It was a turning point. The consequences rippled across the battlefield, paving the way for the Allied push into Germany, and ultimately contributing to the downfall of the Third Reich. This hero's name was Audie Murphy. Audie Murphy was born on June 20th, 1925, in Kingston, Texas, into a family living in abject poverty. The seventh of 12 children, and the first boy, Audie's early years were shaped by instability. His father, Emmett, frequently left the family, abandoning them for months at a time, and eventually disappearing when Audie was just a boy. This left Audie's mother, Josie, to care for the large family. From an early age, Audie assumed a great deal of responsibility, working the land and doing whatever was needed to help his mother care for his younger siblings. The financial strain was immense, but it was also personal. Audie's bond with his mother was deep. She was his greatest influence, and losing her to illness in 1941, when Audie was just 16, was a devastating blow. In the midst of World War II and the aftermath of Pearl Harbor, Audie decided to escape the crushing poverty and uncertainty of his home by enlisting in the military. However, joining the military was not easy as an undersized man who was yet to be 18. He was initially rejected for enlistment by both the Marines and the Navy, but his desire to serve was unyielding. Murphy finally enlisted in the U.S. Army in 1942 by falsifying his birth certificate to meet the age requirement. At the time, no one could have predicted that this undersized farm boy from Texas would become one of the most decorated soldiers in American history. Murphy's military training at Camp Walters, Texas, was grueling, but it marked the beginning of his transformation. Despite his small size, Murphy quickly earned the respect of his fellow soldiers and superiors, who recognized his determination and skill. His first deployment came in 1943 when he was sent to North Africa. Although his unit didn't see action there, Murphy's next assignment would prove to be a trial by fire. His combat debut came during the Allied invasion of Sicily in 1943, where Murphy's bravery under heavy fire quickly set him apart from other soldiers. Whether it was taking dangerous scouting missions or assaulting enemy positions head-on, Murphy's actions demonstrated a level of courage that belied his years. His sharpshooting abilities, developed while on his family farm hunting for food to feed his family, were exceptional, and he soon earned the admiration of his comrades, who saw him a leader capable of inspiring those around him. The invasion of mainland Italy soon followed, and Murphy fought in some of the most brutal campaigns of the war, including the battles at Anzio and Cassino. During the intense fighting at Anzio, Murphy's leadership was invaluable. His courage under fire helped inspire his fellow soldiers as they fought to hold a beachhead against relentless German artillery and infantry attacks. By January 1944, he had earned a promotion to sergeant and later staff sergeant. His leadership skills were becoming undeniable, and his reputation for courage spread. After distinguishing himself in combat, Murphy was promoted again to second lieutenant and was given command of a platoon. In August 1944, Murphy participated in the invasion of southern France during Operation Dragoon, where his actions once again earned him distinction. While leading his platoon under intense German fire, Murphy single-handedly destroyed a machine gun nest, earning the Distinguished Service Cross, the Army's second highest award for valor. When all was said and done, Murphy had been awarded 33 individual awards and decorations, including a Medal of Honor, a Distinguished Service Cross, 2 Silver Stars, a Bronze Star Medal, and 3 Purple Hearts, to mention but a few. All these awards and accolades made Murphy a very famous man in the United States, and in 1949 he wrote his autobiography, To Hell and Back, which chronicled his harrowing combat experiences and the psychological toll it took on him. The book played a pivotal role in raising awareness about what we now recognize as PTSD. It was later adapted into a movie, with Audie starring as himself. His post-war acting career made him a fixture in American pop culture. He used his platform to advocate for veterans, especially in addressing PTSD, long before the condition was widely recognized. He was involved in various veterans organizations and worked tirelessly to ensure that the needs of returning soldiers were met, despite struggling with mental health challenges, including frequent nightmares and depression. Murphy's commitment to his fellow veterans remained steadfast. His life after the military was marked by both achievement and obstacles. While he found success in Hollywood, his personal battles, including financial difficulties and the psychological scars from his wartime experiences, were ever present. Tragically, in 1971, Audie Murphy died in a plane crash at the age of 45. However, his legacy continues to inspire. He is remembered not only as one of America's greatest soldiers, but also as a hero who helped raise awareness about the hidden wounds of war. Audie Murphy's story is a testament to the courage, resilience, and sacrifice of those who fight for freedom. And his legacy lives on in the hearts of all who honor the sacrifices made by our nation's veterans. Audie Murphy is a wartime hero. If you made it to the end, thank you. This is my first ever YouTube video, and I know it's far from perfect, so I'd love to hear any tips or feedback in the comments. I'm really passionate about history and the people who've changed the world, whether for better or worse, and I plan to upload 1 video a week for the foreseeable future. So if there's a story you think is worth telling, let me know, and I'll do my best to cover it. Again, thank you for sticking with me till the end. You're a real one. See you next time.